Usually the CPU usage is cycling up and down. It's being a little bit more stable, but I have these higher settings because that's the only way to get OBS to record and actually render out a video that doesn't just...
This is, it happens when you go between multiple games, you forget your buttons, which is why, and I don't know why this is so fucking controversial, I feel every game should just list its controls in the fucking pause menu.
Real, man, don't need instructions.
What if I haven't played the game in 6 months? What if I have a fucking life?
It's like... saying the real man don't need Oh! Those characters that got caught off guard. What was the name completely fucking escaped? Home Improvement! The Home Improvement game on the SNES has this big, like, manual thing, and when you unfold it, it's just the text. Real men don't need instructions, and it's...
I'm going to be that guy. That feels like they were lazy and did not want to print a manual. So, if that is a actual physical manual and not something in the game itself...
It's an SNES era.
Well, you could have something like that in the fucking pause menu.
It's in the box. It is a printout. It's a big folded piece of paper.
That feels like... And, you know, I don't care what way people do try to spend that. That was laziness right there. You just didn't want to fucking print a manual. Which, that's another thing. Game companies didn't stop printing manuals because they were trying to save the trees or whatever. They stopped printing them out of laziness. They realized no one wants to... like, they realized no one...
Oh, my settings are left where they should be. Cool.
Okay. Why is there a band of thieves? Why are they JoJo posing? And why is one of them Canned Ice ancestor? And yes, I know her name is Candace, but I call her Canned Ice as a joke because that's technically how it's spelled.
They're the Misfortune sisters.
Aha. I just think of Misfortune from Skullgirls.
She streams on Twitch.
Well, time to record their shins then.
She still streams on Twitch.
I assumed she would.
It's a Toxicroak. It's poison. Fighting, so you need something that can easily kick that thing in the dick. That works. 4x Psychic weakness if you have a good Psychic type.
You know, I haven't called him Alakazam yet, or if I did, I called one, I haven't. And
I just mean in general. I love these idiots. This was my footage of trying to beat these ladies, because I'm recording my own version of the game just to show some slightly different teams and stuff and some other different choices. My starter. I'm a good bit higher level, and I can easily strong style flame wheel and just absolutely nuke this thing. Yeah, that's fine. Two strong style flame wheels and I win. Okay. Just trying to get my starter to a point where I can level it. Easy enough. Oh, since we're back to this game, and I've seen so many radical opinions about this game.
You see, this is the good thing about procrastinating. It gives you a time to talk about other
Someone
people's
brought up
opinions.
something, and I didn't think about it until they said it, and they're fucking right, and it's fucking stupid. In traditional Pokemon, even in a battle that is against a trainer, every time you
The
defeat...
saying, like,
What?
does the choice matter here which one I say?
This is either or is fine enough. It's just slightly different dialogue. See? Cause, like, damn it. The slightly different dialogue, by picking the person, they recognize you helping another person and think you're nice and at least see you as kind of being selfless, but if you pick the Ursaluna, the logic is still kind of the same of you trying to, like, protect the sanctity of the,
Well, I hate that we don't have abilities, meaning I didn't intimidate that. That also means that thing didn't have dry skin, so I guess this balances back out.
Anyway, it's something someone pointed out, and I didn't think about it until someone said it, and I'm going to agree that is fucking stupid. In this game, in a regular Pokemon game, if you're in a trainer battle and you defeat a Pokemon, like, say you're in a trainer battle and the trainer has multiple Pokemon on the team, every time you defeat one of the trainer's Pokemon, you get experience. In this game, experience is pooled at the end of trainer battles, and because of how easily you can get revenge killed, someone said that they ran into a leveling problem of they would, like...
What's the button that evades the waypoint markers? Oh, wait, it just happens automatically.
You can also fiddle around with those in the menu.
It's been a few weeks since we recorded this, so I don't remember the controls.
Basically, someone was complaining, and it's nice to see someone say this, that because you earn experience at the end of a battle, a Pokemon that participates and actually KOs something could basically gain nothing. And that is stupid. It's like, say you're in now, there's not that many trainer battles, but they, come up towards the end of the game a lot, where it's like, you're in a trainer battle, and your Pokemon wins, but then the Pokemon that won gets knocked out. If you beat that trainer without reviving the thing that got knocked out, it's not going to get experience. And if the thing that got knocked out was able to solo a single Pokemon, but then it gets knocked out by the trainer's next Pokemon, the thing that was knocked out that did fucking KO something earns 0 experience. And that is...
The other dumb problem because of that shit doesn't level up in the middle of a battle, meaning you won't get a level increase, which means you also won't get stat increases, and you potentially won't learn a move that's useful. Like, this is funny because this happened in Generation 4. Didn't when you first played Gen 4, the Infernape learned Flamethrower in the middle of the Ice Gym?
I've had a fire Pokemon do that.
I feel like it's Infernape because that's the only one off the top of my head that makes sense, unless that was actually, like, Cyndaquil in
no, I'm pretty sure it was, what's the... Embor.
Yeah.
Because there's an Ice Gym and...
The most forgettable gym in Black and White. But then, again,
I've told this story before.
But then again, every gym leader in that game is pretty
I've told this story before, and other people had a similar problem. I had an over-leveled starter in Gen 4 because I got stuck at the Valley Windworks.
Everyone gets stuck at the Valley Windworks.
For the reason everyone gets stuck at the Valley Windworks. Because I didn't realize that you could go through that one, opening. That the team...
As everyone gets stuck there. Also, that's why the experience...
That the team grunts were standing by.
That's also why the experience share is useful Because it prevents you from being able to over-level the starter because everything will get experience at that point. But we can't have fucking convenience, apparently, even though several other RPGs have moved, have moved away from only the characters who participate in battle get experience.
As people that are fucking sensible pointed out, all you're doing is removing grinding because a bunch of Pokemon games are not hard. They are basically, literally artificial. Ooh, unknown letters. Fun.
I'm not going to try to read that. Oh, the game does it for you.
Ah! Ah!
What?
Ah!
Oh.
Ah!
What is that?
Ah!
What is that in, like, Gen 4? Is that the unknown tech?
That is a major bit of unknown tech.
Oh, wait, yeah, I remember us reading that.
Yeah, because I wrote that fucking down a while ago, actually. Let's scroll. I wrote it down, I'm pretty sure. I think I did, anyway. Because that's the... I wrote a lot of shit down. Yeah. That's the... Yeah. So... That specific unknown text is well known because that is the one.
And how is it unknown?
Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I know what you're doing. Because this game is a, like, Sinnoh game where...
Oh, and wait, big alpha boy.
Mm-hmm.
Not just big alpha boy, it's a Tangrowth. I have the Dartrix, because Dartrix is grass.
Okay, looking at some other notes about Unknown and stuff, the other thing I wrote down was temple directions.
Like...
Yeah.
Dartrix should... and of course it has Rock Slide. Why am I not fucking surprised? Level 45. That's a big boy. And this is why I saved right for this, Bites the Dust.
Anyway.
God damn it. Hey, game. Stop giving shit coverage moves that don't let me break it in half. I checked that thing to have a fucking rock move. Funny thing is, if I had the Polygon, I could do it at that point, but apparently I can't get the Goodra yet.
Another! Like, if I'm going over just random shit.
So I guess we're going to just run past him then.
I'm going over just random shit. Because I did want to talk about this, and it's something we kind of talked about. Sean and a bunch of other people. And like, Sean had linked to this video, because a bunch of people feel this way, and I have my own other points, and this follows up a point I had made, where people were like, this game essentially technically removes EVs and IVs, where you basically just have those, like, grit rocks, where you can basically make a Pokemon predominant in, like, everything. And technically, so it's like, technically, IVs don't really exist. And you can do the, like, rock thing, where you can raise the, like, that one specific level, and everyone's, like, talking about how going forward in Pokemon, people are like, oh, going forward is, like, this is, like, the best.
We don't have a rock move, and of course. God damn it, game.
It's level 50, nearly.
You see, if I had a bit, and again, this is the part where I will point out if I had abilities and shit, I could cheese that thing out with Intimidate, but no.
But people were talking about, like, going forward, how it's like, oh, if going forward into other Pokemon games, if this means Game Freak is, like, experimenting with, like, removing EVs and IVs and stuff, it's like, Pokemon will be better for that, and people talking about, it's like, getting into competitive Pokemon means all this pointless, arbitrary grinding. It's like, but it also means the team you start with at the beginning of the game cannot be used in competitive, and that's stupid. But it's like, with a system like Legends Arceus going forward, we could make every Pokemon, like, perfect. And it's like, they need to do this, and people going on and on and on about
game. Why?
You have to be
close, but not too close, apparently.
And I thought about, like, this EV-IV thing, and I do hate being an asshole. First of all, as of Sword and Shield, and we talked about this, raid dens, 4 and 5-star raid dens, pretty much damn near guarantee 4 and 5-star, like, raids. Oh, sweet.
I think we're talking about the Ursaluna, so I should be at the Ursaluna boss then.
No? What? Wait, maybe? Oh, yep. That makes sense.
Please don't have a fucking rock move.
Gastrodon can kind of make Ursaluna irrelevant.
This thing also could, potentially, so I'll just do leafage at... That's a thick boy.
Huh. Also,
if you go for either of your stab types, I'm immune to both.
Yes.
So please be a big dumb.
Anyway. Raid dens give you perfect Pokemon, making breeding incredibly easy. And because of breeding being at least incredibly easy as of Sword and Shield, I don't think that getting perfect Pokemon...
And, of course you, of course you have something that makes you non-irrelevant. I have a few Great Balls, don't I?
Yeah. Nope. I figured as much. No choice but to win the battle.
So then...
You can't catch it.
So then Slash and, the Gastrodon should...
Gastrodon should be able to eat...
Should be more... Well, it's also still drowsy, so it still has that 50
chance of just shit not have... Gastrodon...
I hate RNG sometimes.
That'll just... Said no choice but to win, so just... That'll just murder this thing. Fuck, I love Gastrodon. You can't catch it, you just have to kill it, so I just brought it. It's funny, you can't catch it, And the woman even says you can't catch him. So we'll just use Crasher Wake. Yeah. Thing is, I have strong style water pulse, and that should just murder this thing. Oh, it survived, damn it. Critical hit, of course. Strong style for amounts of overkill, but Gastrodon is basically damn near untouchable, so take that, you asshole! It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, I'm going to split this question into basically two parts because this question might contain a few spoilers for the game, but this question is just based on EVs and IVs, and I do not personally consider at least the first part of this based on any spoilers, but if you are trying to avoid information, I will at least be nice and drop the warning. So, first off, this is based on things that got said after people got to experience that one preview event. So my question is, how do you feel about the fact that it seems like the Grit Rocks are not returning and that EVs and IVs are basically separated and back to normal? I know a lot of people wanted the Grit Rocks to return in Gen 9, and a lot of people wanted the Grit Rocks to combine EVs and IVs together like Legends Arceus does, but I will quickly cover why I disagree with both of those. First off, combining the stats might sound good on paper, but then that would mean this would be a Pokemon game that lets any Pokemon become mid-maxed and look at the stats of a Pokemon and really tell me if you want everything to be mid-maxed, because this means sweepers now have natural bulk and their incredible speed and attacking stats, while bulky Pokemon do not have to choose to invest in either defense or special defense, or a weird mix of giving up a stat to have some defense and some special defense. This also means a defensive Pokemon can have its HP maxed out along with its defenses, while also having an offensive presence, because a defensive Pokemon basically gets to be bulky while having maxed out attacking stats, and that is absurd. We do not need to go back to a mid-maxing metagame like Gen 2. And yes, I know, natures exist, and abilities exist, but I don't think that would fix the problem, because while running a mixed attacker might not be as easy as it could be, you could still run a mono attacker and just give up your physical or special attack that you're not going to use, like taking a Pokemon and running it as you always would. So Jolly or Adamant for physical, Timid or Modest for special. You literally do not use the other attacking stat, and now your sweeper has maximum HP, defense, and special defense. And then think about defensive Pokemon that no longer have to choose to invest in physical defense or special defense, or give up attacking stats or HP to effectively create a bulky set. So while sweepers will be annoying, this creates an incredibly broken metagame focused way more around stall Pokemon with good damage dealing stats, because you no longer have to choose between stall and choose between actually being able to do damage. So you could have a stall Pokemon that has good offensive stats be stupid tanky while also being stupid hard-hitting, and I do not want a metagame to devolve into that, and this leads into the second part of the question. Again, spoiler warning, because this is based off a leak. This leak might not be accurate, and what I say might be wrong, but Koo said this and a few other leakers added to this. So the leak is the game has some kind of PK Hex like editor, but we're not really sure if it's a digital virtual editor that lets you create a virtual team, and that virtual team could then be used in online modes or in solo single-player competitive modes like the Battle Tower. Or if this editor actually lets you edit real Pokemon in the game, as in edit your own actual Pokemon that you caught. How do you feel about a stat editor like that? Because in my opinion, that will let people get into battling, even if it is a virtual only team. If all you care about is battling, you wouldn't care about. So you could just create your virtual team and everyone will be happy, but I kinda hope the editor is either both virtual and living Pokemon, or at the very least, if it's not virtual, it is living Pokemon. But the reason I would prefer both is so both camps could be happy, because funny enough, this then creates kind of an inverse where one of the best ways to battle will be to not breed and just create a virtual team. But I need to be wrapping up this question. I am happy that competitive will likely be easier to get into, because people that do not have time could just do the virtual editor, create a team for battles, and that will be that. So, anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shield for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.